Malaysia, a Southeast Asia country that composed of two non-contiguous regions, the Peninsula of Malaysia and also most of the northern part of the island of Borneo. It has 13 states and 3 federal territories. With the land size of more than 330,000 kilometers square and 33 million of population. There's a lot of notable people who were born in Malaysia. And today I'll be discussing people who were born in Malaysia before and after the formation of Malaysia that you may not know. I'm Clem from clemtravlog.
It's Claire from clemtravlog.
Do you know Eddie Cheng or John John? He is known as one of the famous current day Asian stand-up comedian, Ronnie Cheng. Grew up in both Singapore and United States, he was actually born in the state capital of Johor, Johor Bahru in 1985. He graduated as Bachelor of Commerce in Finance in 2009 from University of Melbourne. He also obtained a graduate diploma in legal practice from the Australian National University in 2012. He rose to fame when he performed at a comedy festival in Melbourne in 2013 with Terror Noah before moving to New York in 2015 to further pursue his dream. He made his film debut in Crazy Rich Asian in 2018 as Eddie Cheng, an obnoxious banker. He also appeared in the original character John John in the 2021 Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. He loves making movies. He is famous for making horror movies, especially about Jigsaw Killer. If you enjoy the movie Saw and the Insidious franchise, you shall know him. He is James Wan. A Malaysian-born Australian from Kuching of Sarawak in Malaysia. He is a well-known producer and a film director that rose to fame as a co-creator to the famous Saw movies. He directed the first Saw and co-wrote the second, and involved in the production of all the 8 movies in the series. Born in 1977, he and his family moved to Perth at the age of 7. He graduated from RMIT with the Bachelor of Arts in Media in 1999, making a debut in 2004 with the movie Saw at the Sundance Film Festival. The movie started gaining tremendous success both internationally and locally in box office. The talented filmmaker also involving in directing, producing and writing some notable movies such as 2014 Annabelle, 2015 Furious 7, 2018 Aquaman and other notable and horror movies. He is the first ever Australian Idol winner. As one of the famous singer and songwriter in Australia, he is the only Australian male artist who have ever achieved 6-time #1 singles and 2 times #1 album in chart history, Guy Sebastian. Born in 1981 in Klang, the royal city of Selangor state of Malaysia, he moved with his family to Melbourne of Australia at the age of 6 and moved to Adelaide at the age of 10. As a child, Sebastian took violin lesson and he would later learn piano, guitar and drum. In 2003, he entered and won the first ever Australian Idol, an Australian singing competition, and released his first single album, Just As I Am. Up to this day, he has released 9 studio albums, received 34 ARIA Award nominations, winning 7 including Best Pop Release and Best Live Act. He loves playing football, or some people call this as soccer, and he played at professional level. He captained 47 times for Scotland national football team and scored 7 goals. He is Sean Maloney. Born in 1983 in Miri, a coastal city in northeastern state of Sarawak in Malaysia, to an English father and Scottish mother. He returned to Aberdeen in Scotland with the family at the age of 5. He made his first professional debut in the 2001 with Celtic against Rangers. For the following nearly 2 decades, he was also played in the English Premier League for Aston Villa and Wigan Athletic, Hull City in Football League Championship and English Premier League, and Chicago Fire in Major League Soccer. He won the Scottish Premier League titles for 5 times and Scottish League Club for 3 times. Most notably, he was part of the Wigan Athletic squad, who beat star-looted Manchester City Football Club in the 2013 FA Cup final to win the trophy. In international level, although he was born in Malaysia, but he chose to represent Scotland even though he was eligible to play for Malaysian national team. He is currently the manager of Wigan Athletic Football Club. Another professional footballer, born in Malaysia but grew up in Japan to Japanese parents. He is Tadashi Takeda. primarily plays as centre-back and defensive midfield in J-League. During his professional playing career, he played for Jeff United Chiba, Fagiano Okayama, and FC Gifu. Born in 1986 from Penang, he was raised in Great Tokyo area since the age of 2. Currently, he has retired from playing professionally and he never represents Japanese national football team, which means he is eligible to represent Malaysia national football team as his birth country. American actress, also a businesswoman, well known for time traveling with Doc and Marty McFly. She is the first ever Jennifer Parker. She is Claudia Wells. Born in 1966 in Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia, she moved to San Francisco in America at the age of 7 with her family. She was famous for portraying the girlfriend of Marty McFly, Jennifer Parker, in the 1985 successful film Back to the Future. However, in the early 1990s, she left the acting career and started a clothing store, Armani Wells. A legendary British character actor, he made more than 150 times film and television appearance, especially for his role as Sir Arthur Holmwood in Dracula. He was Michael Gove. Born as a son to an English rubber planter in 1916 at Kuala Lumpur before the independence of Malaysia, he made his film debut in Blanche Fury in 1948 as Lawrence Fury and became well known for his role as Sir Arthur Holmwood in 1958 film Dracula. He was also well known for portraying Batman's butler, Alfred Pennyworth, between 1989 and 1997. His effort was well recognized. He won the British Academy Film and Television Arts TV Award in 1957 and Broadway's 1979 Tony Award for Best Actor for Bedroom Fast. Eventually, Michael Gove passed away at the age of 94 and he was added to the memoriam at the 18th Screen Actors Guild Award. He is a former rugby union footballer. Played for England rugby union football team for 27 times, Tony Underwood. Born in 1969 in Ipoh, he played for Leicester Tigers and Newcastle Falcons and won the 1997-1998 Premiership with Newcastle Falcons. He made his England debut on October 1992 against Canada. During his rugby career, he also played in the Rugby World Cup in 1995 and in the quarter-final match against Australia. He scored a try that many regard as one of the finest in running rugby. After retiring from professional rugby career, he became a pilot for commercial airlines and notably operating A380 for Emirates between 2013 and 2020. Being less known person in the list, he was an almost forgotten well-known medical personnel. He was Dr. Wu Lian-Tie. Born in 1879 in Penang, one of the 3 settlements of the Straits Settlements during the British colonial Malaya, he was a Malayan physician renowned for his work in the public health, particularly the Manchurian Plague of 1910. Studied in Emmanuel College, University of Cambridge in 1896 at the age of 17 after winning the Queen's Scholarship. Wu returned to Penang in 1903 and moved to China at 1907. In the winter of 1910, he was given instruction by the Imperial Qing Court to travel to Harbin to investigate the Manchuria plague, which killed 99.9% of its victims, ultimately claiming 60,000 lives. He developed the surgical mask, the Wu mask, to more substantial mask with layers of gauze and cotton to filter the air, which is the forerunner of today's N95 respirator. At the same time, Gerard Mansny, a prominent French doctor who had come to replace Wu, refused to wear the mask and died days later of the plague. Apart from inventing the mask, he also initiated a quarantine. He eventually introduced the cremation, which was widely opposed in the Chinese society at the time. Eventually, the introduction of Wu mask and the cremation of the infected victims turned out to be the turning point of the epidemic, and then the plague began to decline within months. After the plague, he became the founding member and the first president of the Chinese Medical Association in 1915. And around 1939, Wu returned to Malaya and continued to work as a GP in Ipoh until his death at the age of 80. He was a British naval colonial. He was the son of the founder of Penang, and he was the founder of today's city of Adelaide. He was William Light. As a British Malayan naval and army officer, he born in 1786 at today Kuala Kedah of Kedah. He was the elder son of Captain Francis Light, founder and superintendent of Penang. He lived in Penang until the age of 6 when he was sent to Tiverton, a village in Suffolk, England, by his parents for education. At the age of 13, he volunteered for the Royal Navy. He served in the Peninsular War where he was promoted as a lieutenant. And then he served under the Duke of Wellington and gained the skill of mapping, reconnaissance and liaison. He was put forward as a candidate for the governorship of South Australia, but eventually appointed Surveyor General of South Australia in 1836. He arrived in South Australia in the same year and began his design of the future new city, today Adelaide. In 1839, he passed away at the age of 53 from tuberculosis. Here are some notable mentions. Michelle Yeoh, the first Asian female to win an Oscar Academy Award for Best Actress, born in 1962 in Ipoh of Perak. Penny Wong from Kota Kinabalu of Sabah, an Australian politician born in 1986 who is serving as the current Minister of Foreign Affairs and leader of the government in the Senator in the Albanese government since 2022. Henry Golding, born in Betong of Sarawak in 1987. He is a British actor who played the role Nick Young in Crazy Rich Asians. Bertram Brooke, son of Charles Brooke, the second White Raja of Sarawak. He was the former Tuan Muda of Sarawak, the ruler of the Kingdom of Sarawak, who was born in Kuching of Sarawak in 1876. Manuel Godinho de Ireda, a Bugis-Portuguese writer and cartographer born in 1563 during the Portuguese Malacca. And Clem from clemtravlog. Hiya, not you lah, you're not even famous. So these are the few people I listed out who were later known to have born in the land of Malaysia before and after the formation of Malaysia. Any one of these surprise you? Of course, there are a lot more people apart from this list, and I only choose few of them. I hope you like this episode to gain additional knowledge. Anyway, I'm Clem from clemtravlog. I will see you on my next episode. Bye bye.
It's finished. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe the channel, and shut up. Leave a comment if you have any feedback for us. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.